Hey guys, LevelCap here. Today I want to talk about the next big patch proposed for Battlefield 4. Now, we just got the core gameplay patch. This has gone over a lot of basic things. I covered it in previous videos, and DICE LA is on to working on the next phase of Battlefield 4, which is going to be the Teamplay initiative. One of the first goals of this is to change the gameplay to focus a little bit more on objective-based scoring rather than kill-based scoring. So instead of obsessing about your KDR, maybe obsessing a little bit more about how much ammo or med packs you've given to teammates or how many flags you have captured or defended. Some of the other goals of this next big patch are to improve distance spotting. So basically when you hit the Q button, you don't automatically spot like 5 people. It's supposed to be much more precision based, so you have to actually aim directly at the person you're spotting and you should only spot one person. They're trying to improve footsteps sounds, basically the ability to just pinpoint other players based on their footsteps. Definitely a good idea. And they also want to fix the random call-out situation where basically if you kill somebody, if there's a teammate of theirs nearby, they will call out something like enemy down, and that allows you to locate them. This is something that the player has no control over, and it's sort of an automatic call-out that your player does, and it can totally give away your position. So I think they're going to try and get rid of some of that. Now, although we don't have a lot of specifics of what they're working on for the Teamplay initiative, I think it's pretty safe to say that they're going to do a lot of things like increasing points for objective-based gameplay, attacking flags, capturing flags, defending flags. That should all be worth a lot more. And also perhaps dividing the scoreboard at the end of the round to show where people are getting their points from, much like the Battlefield 2 scoreboard that shows objective points and then team play points, and then it has your kill death ratio, and it makes sort of the KDR far less important in terms of your overall score, and it shows that a lot of points can actually come from the objective based gameplay. They're also thinking about adding in little mission based icons, so for novice players or just for anybody in general, it could tell you, hey, there's a flag nearby, you should capture it, it'll be worth this many points if you can capture it for your team. And they're also looking at revamping the field upgrades in BF4, which I think is a great idea because currently they're a little bit broken. You're supposed to get all these different perks from them, and if you play as a team you get all these added perks, and most players don't really pay too much attention to them. Personally, I just throw on defensive perk and call it good because you really want that damage reduction bonus that you get for the first level, and then I don't really worry about any of the future upgrades from it. Either you get them or you don't get them. Now, in terms of fixing that age-old problem of asking a support player for ammo and never getting ammo from them, not necessarily because they don't want to give you ammo, but just because they're completely oblivious to the fact that there's somebody right next to them that needs ammo, I think it would be very easy to implement a UI solution to this, where if somebody requested ammo from you, it would pop up a little yellow arrow pointing in the direction of the player that needs ammo from you. And this would just be a very basic on-screen thing that I think would point most players in the direction of what's going on. And as you turn around to face the direction of the yellow arrow, all of a sudden you see your teammate with a highlighted name and perhaps a little ammo icon next to their name that's kind of right in your face, very hard to be misunderstood, and it would allow a lot of novice players to really understand that, hey, there's a lot of people that need ammo and are requesting ammo. So hopefully that would solve a lot of the problems. There's already incentive out there to give ammo. You already get a lot of points for dropping ammo and even med packs and stuff like that. And it would be nice to see them do some very simple UI upgrades that would probably overall change the amount of ammo boxes and med packs that are dropped for teammates. Now, I really like the idea of this whole team play patch and using the user interface and the point system to try and incentivize team play more. It's a good idea, and it's something that should have been done a long time ago, along with all the other changes in Battlefield 4. The fact is that it's being done now, and we can look forward to a patch hopefully within the next couple months. Now, here's where I take issue with the latest Teamplay initiative. It's not so much that I disagree with the ideas that they're trying to implement or the overall goal of the patch. I think it's a really, really good idea overall. I just think it's a little bit too little for the amount of time that they're going to take to make this patch and how far along Battlefield 4 is in its development. There's a lot of things that I would like to see changed and updated as soon as possible. I was really hoping to see something more along the lines of a map balance initiative, something that went through all the maps and reworked the spawn system and what kind of vehicles are spawning there and how many players are allowed to play on a map based on its size, and standardizing some of the game modes, and just basically dealing with the flow of battle and what isn't right in some of the maps, like LevelCapGaming Dam Conquest Large could be much more interesting. thing if they like took out some of the air attack vehicles in there, made it more about naval and land warfare. You could change up that map completely and actually make it fun. Some of the TDM or domination maps currently have horrible spawn systems where you're spawning within line of sight of like 8 enemy players and you have 0 chance at surviving. There's just some really bad spawn algorithms in the game right now, and I would just love to see balance and spawn updates before any of the team play initiative. As much as I agree with doing a team play initiative, I think that there are more important and pressing issues at hand. What about flood zone domination, where one team has parachute spawns that allow them to basically parachute onto 2 of the 3 MCOMs in the map, making it almost impossible to arm and destroy some of the MCOMs in that game? What about 64-player Operation Locker maps? Operation Locker could be the best map in the game. You'll never know because half of the servers out there are running it with 64 players, which takes all the tactics out of the game and just turns it into a spam fest, which is great for getting tons of kills all day long and ranking up your guns and stuff, but it certainly isn't a fun game to play. What about looking into standardizing player counts for certain maps? Battlefield used to have maps that were designed just for 32 players and just for 64 players, and they played nicely with those player counts, but for some reason with the latest titles, the developers seem to think that we should be able to play every single game mode and every single map size on every single map, and it just doesn't work out that way. Now, whether or not you agree with all the ideas that I'm throwing out here, the point that I'm trying to make is that there's a lot that can be done, or at least looked at, to try and improve the general gaming experience overall in terms of map balance and server balance and that sort of thing, and I think it's a much more important aspect to improving the enjoyment of Battlefield 4 before we look at things like the Team Play Initiative. Again, I like everything that's being done in the Team Play Initiative, I just don't think it's quite as important as some of the other pressing issues. Let me know what you guys think in the video comments. Do you think the Team Play Initiative is the right direction to go right now, or should we be focusing on other things? Maybe you have entirely different ideas. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is LevelCap signing off.